Hello there, my Sagittarius Collective. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Oh my goodness. Sagittarius, what's up with your energy? What's up with your energy? Oi! Ooh, Sagittarius. Oi, Sagittarius. This is storm clouds of brewing vibes here, going into Cancer season here. So those of you mindful of your water placement in your astrology, I don't know, something is you got to trust your instincts and intuition here, Sagittarius. Make smart choices. Make smart choices. There's that Hierophant energy with you. Trouble in the church house vibes. Trust your instincts and intuition. Because something isn't working out here for you. Those of you Sagittariuses, because that Hierophant energy is kind of giving like mountain vibes. So, it's almost like volcano energy. Page of Pentacles, there to the Queen of Pentacles. There's the Ace of Wands. There's the Ace of Cups. There's the Queen of Wands. There's the Nine of Wands. Ace of Swords to the Seven of Pentacles, to the Seven of Wands, to the Four of Wands. Oi! Those of you traveling somewhere interesting and unique, like, pay attention to things here. Some of you Sagittariuses, I feel like you really need to trust your instincts and intuition about something. There with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, there to the Queen of Pentacles. And then there's this sort of, what's with the Queen of Wands? Queen of Wands is the Knight of Swords, there to the King of Swords, there to the Three of Cups, there to the Six of Pentacles. You know what? That Six of Pentacles energy is giving the vibes of those of you that like to do like the steamboat casinos. But I feel like now's not the time for any unnecessary risk. I don't know whether you go to casinos or not. Some of you, now isn't the time for unnecessary risk. This is interesting with you. This is the storm clouds are brewing. So those of you with regard to like the emotional energy of things, do pay attention to where Cancer's at in your astrology. So those of you with a Cancer, Moon, Rising, Venus, this is like mindfulness here. With that Ace of Wands and that Ace of Cups, this kind of helps you, those of you learning to trust your instincts and your intuition, to kind of navigate through some of you relationships or partnerships that aren't going to be that emotionally beneficial to you. But it's really given the energy of no unnecessary risks right now. The Knight of Swords to the King of Swords to the Three of Cups to the Six of Pentacles. Some of you with the group dynamics, this is going to be interesting for you. Because some of you, I feel like you really don't trust your instincts or your intuition. And then you're going to be wishing that you did with that Seven of Pentacles there with the Seven of Wands. What's over the Four of Wands? Yeah, the Eight of Cups. There with the Three of Wands. There to the Two of Wands. There to the Scorpio vibes. I feel like a Scorpio could almost be misleading as well when it comes to you. Or those of you, if you're like a Scorpio cusper here, Sagittarius. Those of you Sagittarius, maybe you have like a Cancer rising and maybe a Scorpio moon. Because the Queen of Pentacles there with the Page of Pentacles is like, this is like wise decision making. So I don't feel like it's no unnecessary risks. The gambling energy is kind of like secondary, but it feels like you're not, you're like trusting the instincts on something. Those of you, if you pay attention to your astrology, the Six of Pentacles is like, you know, what makes sense, what doesn't. Trust the vibes on something here, but no unnecessary risks. Sagittarius, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't have like a change of plans, like a last minute sort of change of plans. So maybe you're thinking about doing something, or maybe there's a little trip or something like that that you were thinking about doing. But then you kind of got like it kind of felt a little weird. Some of you make sure that you're paying attention to what you need to. So before you travel, you know, paying attention to the weather. Some of you, if you maybe don't pay attention to your astrology, maybe just sort of check in with your favorite astrologer to see what the sort of energy is on this. Guys, I like the Ace of Wands and I like the Ace of Cups. This kind of helps you navigate this energy, but it also helps you avoid like being like stuck or stagnant. So this is that energy of, it's almost like a preparedness vibe with you. So if you're traveling, you're doing something like that, make sure that you have everything that you need. Some of you, I feel like you really need to trust your gut instinct about something. Those of you, if you have like a weird kind of superstition with regard to like something, this is like something that's weird, it's very particular to you, but you always know when you kind of sense it or feel it, that's sort of like your ancestors telling you to, you know, change the plans or some shit like that. Like trusting the vibes on something here. It's interesting with that Ace of Wands and that Ace of Cups. What's between the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups? Yeah, that kind of Knight of Wands energy. So this is almost a counterintuitive energy when it comes to you, Sagittarius. So this is like you're thinking about doing something, you were making plans, you were all set to go. And then whatever this kind of odd superstition energy is with you, and that is unique to all of you. Maybe it's a song. Maybe, you know, if you pay attention to like the birds, or some of you, it's like just trusting that sort of intuition and you kind of change your plans. Some of you make sure if you're doing something that you do pay attention to the weather as well. So this is all about being mindful of. The storm clouds of Bruin energy is those of you with regard to like the emotional energy. So that way you don't get stuck in the rain. Some of you don't get stuck in the mud. Some of you with regard to plans not working out, like paying attention to what you need to. Some of you really trust in that odd superstition. And that is what is so unique to you. It's something that has kind of followed you around, that every time you see it, every time you notice it, you know, it's kind of like your ancestors saying, now sit your ass the fuck down. Some of you have it, some of you don't. The Queen of Swords, the Virgo vibe. Ooh, figure out where your Cancer placement is in your astrology and trust the guidance energy on that. There to the Eight of Swords. There to the Three of Pentacles. This is like work, love, life energy here. But if you're like planning something, some of you, this could be like travel plans. Maybe you're going to go somewhere and you've kind of planned it out. But maybe you didn't pay attention to the weather, or some of you just trust in the sort of vibes. This isn't like an overly dramatic energy. This is just, if you feel it, you feel it. If you have that kind of, whatever the hell that kind of superstition is for you. And for some of you, you know what I'm talking about. Others of you, you don't have it. But like, trust in the vibes on that. Some of you, I feel like it doesn't leave you like stuck or stranded. So, you know, Sagittarius, if you're making travel plans, make sure that you have a spare tire. Make sure you have everything that you need. Some of you, you know, kind of common sense shit here. If you're planning on a picnic, you know, pay attention to the weather. Something like that. No unnecessary risks. But it's, I don't know. It's like trusting the vibes on something. Some of you, group plans could change because you don't feel the vibe. Some of you Sagittarius, mindful of like the random energy when it comes to you as well. Some of you need to be mindful of the person that always bring randoms around in your energy here, Sagittarius. Work, love, life vibes on this. Sagittarius, some of you, when it comes to like a work option or a work opportunity, pay attention to the timing on something, because this is kind of interesting with you. You have something that kind of you kind of use as oh my god, it's like a reminder energy. You know them people that sometimes they put like a rubber band around their wrist so they know to like be mindful of something. I feel like you have an interesting kind of something like that. And pay attention to something. There could be a job offer or job opportunity, or some of you with regard to like a client, if you have a lot of clients, or with regard to like a work situation here. Make sure that you're kind of planning ahead. So double check your calendars. Those of you, if you have a lot of schedules, pay attention to the scheduling of something. You need to make sure that you're just mindful. And trust that superstition, or trust that kind of intuition. Those of you, if you have one, you know what the fuck it is. Because it's been with you for a while. It's kind of like, people, if you're a praying person and you ask for guidance, it's kind of the one thing that you can consistently kind of depend upon. But it is totally a superstition. And it's what works for you. Trust in that vibe. I don't know why you always get trouble in the church house energy. I find that interesting with you. Those of you with regard to a work situation, someone could be trying to keep something from you. Those of you, if you inherited like an assistant or someone who's supposed to help you out, might want to make sure that you're double checking their work to make sure that they're not kind of trying to fuck you over on something, because the Queen of Swords isn't happy. So those of you, if you inherited a co-worker, or some of you an assistant, maybe now's the time to maybe start double checking to make sure that they're doing everything right, because the Queen of Swords doesn't seem to be happy if you're like in this Virgo energy, like double checking everything. Especially those of you that have a lot of scheduling vibes. So make sure that the scheduling of something is right. And this isn't to overwhelm you. So those of you, with the storm clouds of brewing energy, anyone that has to deal with arthritis, right? You normally know when it's going to fucking rain because you feel it. Those of you, that sort of Scorpio energy with you is that odd little superstitious thing that kind of reminds you to start paying attention to something. Those of you that inherited a shitty assistant or an assistant or people that you work with, now may be the time to maybe start watching to make sure that they're not like fucking things up here. Because someone could be fucking with the schedule on something here. Some of you with like a promotion energy. I don't know. Take what's yours and leave what's not here, Sagittarius. This shouldn't overwhelm you. It's like a mindfulness energy. So if you're like planning to do something, think about the common sense vibes. If you're traveling, make sure you have a spare tire. Make sure you have everything that you need. Some of you pay attention to the weather, so that way you don't get stuck. So if you're planning on a picnic somewhere where it's dirt roads or shit like that, that way you don't get stuck. Because you're not making or taking any unnecessary risks. And those of you that have that kind of distinctive superstition that tells you need to start paying attention to something. I don't know why you always get trouble in the church house energy. I think that's interesting with you. Oh, look at this. The Five of Wands and the Five of Cups. And there's the World vibe. Empress the Magician. Some of you really need to be mindful of the company that you keep. Those of you definitely need to be mindful of the company that you keep. If someone keeps bringing in a random person, this could be the friends group where someone is dating a new person every week, or that's the sort of person that they're sleeping with at the moment. Those of you mindful of like the random vibes. Those of you when it comes to like work situations, some of you maybe be mindful of the coworker that keeps bringing a bunch of different people in each shift. Those of you, if you inherited an assistant or something like that, maybe now's the time that you kind of just pay attention to make sure they're not fucking shit up. This is yours if you have that kind of distinctive superstition that lets you know that you need to be mindful of something. And that is so, it's going to be so different and you're going to know it, and you either do or you don't. Just pay attention here. Some of you mindful of like the group dynamic here, Sagittarius. Storm clouds are brewing, but it's not like a negative energy. It's some of you learning to trust your instincts and your intuition. Because something is going to feel off with you, or you're going to get that, whatever the hell that kind of superstitious sort of thing is, that tells you you need to like pay attention to something. You either have that or you don't. A lot of people don't. Those of you that do, you kind of know what it is. Those of you from a work perspective, maybe now's the time that maybe you have to do like a work reviews, or some of you maybe like pay attention that everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Extra mindful of the person that's always like bringing new people in. So, you know, if you're in retail, but they always have like a different person all the time kind of visiting, and just, you know, mindful of like the group dynamics on something. And definitely trust that superstitious vibe. That may be only for like a handful of you. So take what's yours and leave what's not, right? If you're traveling, make sure that you like check everything out as well. So, and this is like common sense shit. So, you know, make sure you have gas, make sure you have a spare tire, make sure you have like all the things that you should. So maybe Sagittarius, for some of you, this is when you just kind of recheck everything that you need to be mindful of, right? Those of you, if you live somewhere where there's earthquakes, you have your to-go bag, right? So Sagittarius, maybe some of you, just a reminder here to kind of focus on what you need to focus on. Those of you that have that distinctive superstition, I don't feel like it's a dramatic energy. It just prevents you from like staying stuck or stagnant. Those of you from a working perspective, now may be the time to maybe start checking on your employees, making sure everything is going good. Those of you, if you inherited like an assistant, or you inherited like a work group that you're not quite familiar with, now may be the time that you kind of look at the sort of energy. I don't know. It shouldn't be overwhelming with you. The Five of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, there with the Chariot vibe. Trusting the energy on something. Those of you, if you definitely took over a position and someone else didn't like the fact that you got that option or the opportunity, but maybe you inherited like their assistant, some of you now may be the time that you just pay attention to make sure they're not fucking things up. Some of you with regard to like a scheduling conflict. So those of you that if you have like a lot of scheduling, some of you, this is like, trust that sort of superstitious energy and brush up on what you need to. So those of you, if you have like a to-go bag, if you live somewhere where there's natural disasters, those of you, if you're traveling, kind of make sure everything is good. This is like the kind of things that will allow you to not stay stuck or stagnant. Because this is like just trusting your instincts and your intuition. Those of you with that really odd superstition where you kind of know. And if you know, you know. Oh, thank goodness, Sagittarius. Those of you with work vibes, definitely. Now may be the time that you're doing like employee reviews, or some of you just kind of pay attention. There will be an answer. Let it be. Those of you with a very unique superstition, and you're kind of, those of you trouble in the church house vibe, so maybe you're having a little, you're not like feeling the faith, or you're kind of doubting, or don't get so stuck or stagnant that you're overwhelmed. I feel like if you're praying Sagittarius, you'll know if the vibe is right. Especially those of you with a very odd superstition. And that is not going to be all of you. But if you have one, you know what that is. Those of you from a work perspective, maybe pay attention to your employees. Those of you with regard to like scheduling vibes, especially if you inherited an assistant, just kind of double check. Some of you, the Empress energy with you. Some of you Sagittariuses, with it being like the middle of the year, this may be where you actually start like focusing on what you need to. Especially when it's like you have a to-go bag if you live somewhere where there's earthquakes. If you're traveling, you make sure you have like everything you need when you're traveling. That kind of vibe. Those of you with a work situation, it may be now time to do employee reviews. Or maybe if you haven't done one in a while, it might be a good time to kind of do an employee review. Oh, with the Five of Wands and the Five of Cups, some of y'all do be mindful of those that bring a bunch of randoms around as well, Sagittarius. Oi, I like that for you. Good luck, God bless, take what's yours, and leave what's not. Peace, love, and light, Sagittarius.